Hi guys, I'm Chewy. Are you a fursuiter? Is your fursuit on the way? Are you preparing to get a fursuit and want to know what you need? Well, here's all the things that you need to get started on fursuiting. Number one, of course, a balaclava. They're the basic essential to all fursuiting, is it keeps your head clean, keeps your face from feeling like it's awful the whole time, and overall it makes the whole suiting experience a whole lot better. These are very iffy to get at a store, especially if you're trying to do it during the winter because they don't sell the kind that you need. They'll sell insulated ones, and if you buy that, you're in for a bad time. I regularly buy them for fursuit making off of Amazon, and they cost maybe $2, $3 if you, unless you just want to buy one at a con. Those are just as good, and they might even be better because they might be made from a better cooling material. It honestly depends on what your preference is. I usually say they're called biker balaclavas or something. They won't be too expensive, and it's very easy to get a hold of one to start off. It's probably one of the cheapest things on this list that you can get. Number two, sewing supplies. No matter how good your suit is, eventually it's going to break. So you're going to need to get some basic sewing supplies. Doesn't matter if your maker is the best ever or a complete newbie. Repairs and maintenance are something that every fursuiter learns at some point or another, and you don't want to have not know what to do or not have the supplies at a con where an arm rips or something tears a hole and you want to fix it. So any craft store can do. Buy a basic needle and some black thread. Pins are always useful if you have a big hole that you need to hold down. And I always recommend looking up the blanket stitch, the best way to close a fursuit hole or anything wrong with it. What I don't usually carry in this that you should probably also consider is a glue gun. Things can fall off your suit. Fur can get loose or get messed up due to heat or sweat. It's an easy fix, but if you don't have the material on hand, it can lead to some issues where your suit's not looking its best for a con. So always pack that with you as well if you can afford one. They are easily sold at any major retailer that sells anything arts and crafty in the slightest. Number three, this, you don't hear much about using these anymore, but it used to be a very popular thing to do and that I still regularly keep up on, is dryer sheets. You stick one in your head every time you're done suiting, and it really helps with collecting moisture, making your suit smell nice, because nothing beats putting on your head and it smells like roses or fresh spring, whatever kind of thing you pick. And these, of course, detergents. Very easy to pick up, very useful with suiting. It's not one of the most essential, but it really helps with keeping your suit smelling fresh and new. Four, of course, the brush. It's one of the most essential parts of keeping your fursuit nice and clean looking. While the brush doesn't exactly help if there's like a mess on it, it definitely helps keep your fur look smooth and clean. If if you're if it looks all frizzled and messy, your fur is not going to look too good in pictures, and it's going to make you kind of be like, oh, what's going on? So it's always good to brush your suit before and after suiting. A regular pet brush works. Slicker brushes are perfect. If you're just smoothing it out, if there's not knots or anything, go against how you'd usually use it. But if there is issues, you'd go the regular way on that specific spot until it's good, because the other way can tear out fur. So you have to be very careful with how you do it. Of course, there's different ones that work in different ways, so shop around. Pick one that you like. It's very much up to you on what you want to do with your brush. Number five, fursuit spray. Now, much like disinfectant spray, it pretty much does exactly the same thing without leaving a bad residue on the suit that is harder to wash off when you actually get around to washing your suit. This really helps make it so you can suit for longer without having to wash the fursuit, because it disinfects any bacteria or anything that gets on it that could grow and make it stink. I can make it through 2 cons with washing this regularly before I have to do a full wash of my suit. And it's really helpful. To make this, you just need 70% isopropyl alcohol, and you mix that in a 50-50 solution with water. And to make it smell like whatever you want, you put in 20 drops of essential oil. You can make it smell like roses, strawberries, watermelon, Fruit Loops, whatever you want it to smell like. And it's very, very easy to make a lot of it. So don't be afraid to use a lot of it because you can always make more. Number 6, Under Armour. Now, Under Armour, much like your balaclava, is very useful at keeping sweat off of you and cooling you down. Now, the main purpose of keeping sweat off you is, of course, so you can go longer, so you don't feel like poop. So suiting doesn't seem like it's as torturous as it actually is being in 100 and something degree suit the entire time. This is a very easy to get material, again, in the summer. In the winter, you might have to actually go to like an Under Armour store. But if it's springtime or anywhere around where the seasons are nice, you can go to Walmart and get off-brand stuff. It's very easy to find. It's usually in the sporting clothing sections for men and women. You'll fit in either. Don't be picky with what you find because it all does the same thing. If it's cheaper in one side, go get that one, obviously. But definitely get multiple pairs for cons. I always suggest a pair of Under Armour per day that you're suiting. And if you're going to suit like the whole day, but taking a break between, then I'd suggest getting one for every outing that you're going to do unless you plan on washing them. Number 7, detergent. Detergent is great for washing your suit, but you have to be careful what kind you pick. Make sure it says delicates on it, and make sure it's meant for very, very delicate clothing. Running this with your suit is probably the most beneficial type of detergent you can use because it's meant for stuff like this. I mean, more cotton, but things you don't want getting stained, especially if you have a white fursuit. This is perfect for it. Now, if you're going to actually not hand wash it, but run it in a machine, you want to make sure it's set to the smallest cycle possible. It's tied off inside either a bed sheet or a pillowcase, whatever you decide to put it in. Just a little tiny hair bit of this, and run it on cold, just cold. If you run it on warm or anything, it can mess up your suit, and you don't want that to happen. After washing it, of course, you want to air dry it because running it in the dryer would melt all the fur. And really, this is your best friend. You're going to need it if you want to increase the life of your suit because the moment it starts smelling and getting all that in there, you don't want that sitting around. You want to wash that as soon as possible. 8, the fursuit tote. Fursuit tote is used to, of course, carry around your fursuit. Make sure it's safe in a nice enclosed environment where you can't get rained on, can't get muddy, can't get dirty in any way. You use this for transporting your suit and for storing it when not in use. The big part about these is you want something sturdy. Walmart sells very great, very durable ones like this. This is one of the most popular totes that we use in Milwaukee and Wisconsin for fursuiters. I see 60% of fursuiters use something like this. It has locking mechanisms. It has a lock so that people can't get into it. It has wheels, so if your suit's heavy, you can easily roll it. But the best part about having your own fursuit tote, you can put on all the stickers you want anywhere you want them. And stickers, really, it defines you as a person and your suit. And each sticker that you collect adds like a little story. So like you get one from one con, you put it on there, now you have something to remember that con by for the rest of the time that you have this tote. And usually they last a long time. So make sure you get something sturdy and have fun, of course. Don't be scared to use your suit just because it seems like it can get dirty so easily. I hope this helps you with figuring out supplies that you need for your suit. And if you're still getting one, well, here's all the stuff you need. Be sure to get at least a decent amount of it. You don't need all of it if you're only getting a partial, but if you're getting a full suit, I do recommend getting as much of it as possible. And I will see you guys in the next video. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!